Happy Friday, everyone. It's Heather here today with a quick little Canadian coach biz tip. And today we are going to be talking about a super exciting topic, taxes. Yes, I know it's not the most exciting topic, but it is actually a question that I get a lot, a lot. And today I am not going to go into detail about who you should charge GST, HST, PST, all that great stuff to. Today we are going to actually start at the very basics. But I'm also going to qualify that with I am not an accountant. I do not work for CRA. Okay, so if you, when in doubt, call CRA, talk to your accountant, and find out your situation in particular because everyone's is different. So I'm going to share my own experience, my own perspective, and that of having worked with lots and lots and lots of coaches and having gone through this myself and talked to CRA a lot. Okay, so GST HST number. Now, hopefully you know that officially, if you make less than $30,000 in income in your business, you do not need a GST HST number. Okay, that's the official. All right, you do not need to. If your income is less than 30,000, you do not. 30,000 and up, have to. Okay, that's bottom line. Under 30,000, you do not have to. It's optional. Over 30,000, you do have to. And if you're at $30,000 and 1 cent or 5 cents or 10 cents, you will still have to. So that's the threshold. However, why would you want to get a GST number if you're not at the 30,000? Well, there actually are reasons to do so. And we talk about this a lot. It comes up quite often under our Coffee with Coaches calls and other training calls in the premium TCC membership. So if you want a lot more help and information on this, I suggest, if you're not already, that you join our membership. But for right now, here's a couple of little perks and benefits to actually having a GST number when you don't have to. So a big reason that a lot of businesses, particularly coaching businesses, in the beginning, when you're starting out, choose to get a GST number is because you can potentially get a nice little refund. Because when you're starting out your business, chances are you are spending money, you are buying things, right? Your home office, maybe training programs, maybe your Canadian Coach membership or business coaching. There's all sorts of things, expenses you have that you are paying tax on, right? You pay your GST and HST on Canadian things that you purchase for your business. Now, if you have a GST number and are also collecting tax, you can offset that with the expenses that you pay out. So as a real bare bones example, let's say that for the year you spent, you bought a bunch of stuff and you ended up spending $1,000 in GST, HST, or depending where you live, okay? And you only collected $500 worth of tax. Well, when they do the math, you would then get a $500 refund. Okay, or another way, let's say you collected $2,000 worth of tax, but you spent $4,000. You would get, in theory, $2,000 back in a refund. Okay, now that's just a very bare bones example, but many people in the initial years of their business actually get GST refunds. However, you cannot get a refund if you don't have a number and you aren't collecting it on your Canadian customers. So one big perk to keep in mind, you will actually get a refund if you're in that situation. Okay, now if you aren't spending and you're only collecting, then of course, you will have to pay that out. And as you get higher up in income, the difference gets tighter and eventually you'll be paying versus uh, getting a refund. But even myself, for a long time, even when I was making way more than 30,000, I was still getting a small refund because of my business expenses that I had. So major perk to have a GST number now versus waiting is to get that refund. It's pretty awesome. Another reason is it gets your business all set up and kind of legal well in advance of hitting that 30,000 mark. And a lot of, let's say you want to work with other businesses, corporations, you want to do speaking, you know, anything kind of more out in the public, most of them expect you to have a tax number. So when you invoice them, they want to see that tax number. Okay. And it makes you much more professional in their eyes if you have a tax number. So it's another benefit. Okay. Um, and another one is that eventually you're going to have to do it anyway. So in my opinion, you might as well just do it fairly close to the beginning because it sets up your bookkeeping in a really nice, uh, strong way from day one. Okay. And as I said, I'm not a tax pro by any means, but I have talked to my CRA a lot in the last few years. So I kind of feel that I have been there, done that quite a bit with when it comes to GST HST. But yeah, talk to your tax professional and call the GST number, you know, call the GST and talk to them and ask them and tell them your situation and say, like, is it in my best interest to get a number now or not? They're actually really lovely to talk to most of the time, unless you owe them a lot of money. But you know, the GST people are quite patient and they're really lovely to talk to, and it's totally free to get your number to register, and only takes a few minutes, you know, on the phone. Oh, and one other reason to get a number is that, especially right now, if you're going for any kind of grants or loans or special kind of funding through our current situation, they almost always require you to have a GST HST number. So there's another reason. Alrighty, so there you have it. There's your tip for today. And maybe in other tips, I'll share some more tax tips, I guess. But hopefully we'll have a few more exciting topics to chat about in coming weeks. And if there is something you have a question you want, you know, me to share on, feel free, absolutely, you know, put in the comments below. And again, if you do have questions, you know, like I notice a lot of coaches have questions, business related questions, and that's what we're here for, right? We're here to support each other. We're here to help you create, grow, scale your Canadian coaching business. So please do ask. And for sure, come to our Coffee with Coaches calls and other training calls that we have in the premium membership, because we answer all this kind of stuff. And for 20 bucks a month, seriously, you can get all your answers, all your questions answered. And we just did a training that's going to make people lots and lots of money, you know, lots of income. So if you have questions, want to learn more about membership, you know, private message me, and I'd be happy to give you a little tour, walk you through it, anything like that. Okay. So on that note, everybody have an awesome Friday and weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Okay, bye.